back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do this makeup look, and I actually love how it turned out. It was super simple and easy, so you guys can quickly do it right before you go to school. Most of the products I used were pretty inexpensive, so this makeup look can easily be recreated. Without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy. So before I apply any makeup, I always begin with applying some moisturizer. This one is the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. I've been using this for years and I absolutely love it. And I actually always put my hair up too before I start. So now I look like a little ink. I'm using my Too Faced 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer. And then to prevent my lips from chapping, I always just apply some type of lip balm. I apply a lip balm. I can't say that word. This one is just one from like Urban Outfitters, I think. I actually prefer Vaseline, but I literally lost all of mine. So if I'm doing some crazy eyeshadow look, I'll usually start with the eyeshadow first. But since I'm not going to do anything too dramatic, since this is a high school makeup routine, I'm just going to do a light foundation. So anytime I do a full face of makeup, I love to use my Pro Filter foundation by Fenty Beauty. But since it is pretty full coverage, I will often mix it with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup Foundation. It's a lengthy name. So in the Urban Decay one, I use 2.0, and then in these Pro Filter foundations, this one's too light, this one's too dark, so I mix them together. So I'm literally mixing 3 foundations, but don't worry, it's not going to be too much. So I just have this one in 170 and then this one in 100. Taking a fresh damp beauty blender and just kind of mixing those colors in on the back of my hand, and then I just lightly brush it on my face. I used to do the like tapping motion, but I found that that doesn't really set into my skin very well. But if that works for you, then do that. I just like when I'm doing a light coverage, just to kind of like brush it against my face. I'm taking my favorite concealer. It is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Sand, and I'm just going to apply this under my eyes in a triangle formation. You can also apply it to any blemishes or pimples that you have. But I also try to not apply too much product to pimples, just so they don't like get too much bacteria in them. And I'm just taking this and blending it in under my eye. And it helps to look up because then you can get into the crease. I'll also blend this into my eyelid. For this, I do pat it in so it really like goes into my skin and I can have a full coverage conceal. And then after all the concealer and foundation is blended in, I'm taking my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Pressed Powder in the shade Light 20. This is actually my favorite powder because you can barely even feel it's on, and it sets everything really nicely without looking cakey or anything. And I don't really like press this in, I kind of just lightly glaze my face with it. I look like I have no eyelashes. And I sometimes also use my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder just to kind of ensure that my like under my eyes isn't gonna crease. So I just take some of this onto my beauty blender and just kind of dab it in there. And to be honest, I don't use this that much, and it's pretty expensive and a lot of products, so I wouldn't recommend this if you know you're not going to use it that much, but it does set your concealer very well. Next, I lightly take my Benefit Hoola bronzer just on the brush it came with, and I just kind of bronze my cheeks. And then I also do a little bit on my forehead and my neck. Then I take this kind of like puffy angled brush and I blend this more into my skin. These brushes are all from BH Cosmetics. Then I like to take my Aspen Ovard highlighter just because it's kind of like a subtle highlight, and just put it on my, I don't know where this brush came from, I think it was another Benefit brush, and then I just put that on the top of my cheeks like that and on my nose. So kind of like just little half moon motions, and then I just kind of put this all over my nose. Honestly, I love nose highlight. Then taking this BH Cosmetics like blush brush and my Benefit Coralista blush. It's just kind of like a sparkly coral color. I just put that above the apples of my cheeks. I only use 2 tools to do my eyebrows. I took this little spoolie brush and just bent the top of it, so it's kind of like an easier tool to like easier to use. And then I just kind of like brush my eyebrows upwards, and then I take the darkest shade in my Morphe Copper Spice palette, which is this dark black color, and then mix it with the darkest brown color. Just kind of like bounce back and forth between the two, and then I just kind of outline my eyebrows. And it's kind of hard to do on camera because the camera's a little bit far away, so I'm gonna do it in my mirror right here, but you guys can still kind of see what I'm doing. So as you guys can see, I just kind of like outlined the top and the bottom, and then I just kind of like brushed through them to blend it. And then just do the same thing to the other side. And after all that's done, I'm just taking my Tarte in Bloom palette by Tarte and taking the color Smarty Pants and also mixing that with the color Charmer. It's just like a white. I use that as the base of my eyeshadow. So I pretty much just blend this into the crease and on the lower lid. And a tip to get a really good eyeshadow blend is just kind of like lightly go through the inner corner and then kind of darken it up by pushing a little bit harder on the brush in the outer corner of your eye. And sometimes I'll just take a little bit of this BH Studio Pro setting spray onto a brush. That way it just kind of gets damp and it can pick up pigment a lot better like that. And then I'm just taking this color from my Tarte in Bloom palette. It's called Funny Girl. And I'll just kind of like apply that to my lower lid. And to further blend that, I'll also take a little bit of a darker color. I think this one is called Firecracker. And then just put that in the outer corner of my eye. And to blend this all together, again, I am just taking my Aspen Over palette in the shade High School Sweetheart and also Santorini Sands. And then just kind of blending it all together. And to make my eyes pop a little bit more, I'm just taking this Estee Lauder Stay in Place black eyeliner pencil, and I'm just going to apply that to my lower lash line or waterline. And then also the waterline under my lashes. I don't really know what the technical term for that is. And then I'll also just put a little bit of this black pencil on my lash line. Just kidding. I actually like felt tip eyeliner a lot better, but I feel like that's a little bit too dramatic for school. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. Actually, just kidding. I'm gonna take my Kat Von D tattoo eyeliner and just do a little itsy bitsy tiny wing. Okay, now I'm gonna prove to you guys that I actually do have eyelashes by curling them with this Tarte eyeshadow. What are these called? Eyelash curlers. I just make sure that all the lashes are in there, and then I look like up kind of as I clamp it together. And then take my favorite drugstore mascara. It's the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express Mascara. To apply this, I just kind of like start at my lash line and then shake it upwards. And I also apply a little bit to my bottom lashes. Then finally, I'm just taking my NARS Precision Lip Liner. To be completely honest, I do not know what shade it is, but it's just kind of like this mauve color. And I don't really overline my lips, especially not for school. I'll just kind of like fill them in. Then last but not least, I am taking my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy, and I'm just applying this to my lips. Look at that shine. That's literally just by like one tiny application. And this stuff smells amazing. It's so good. It also kind of plumps up your lips without the tingly feeling, which I love. And yeah, that is my everyday high school makeup routine. Honest, I actually don't really wear makeup to school like ever, but I do love to wear makeup on the weekends, and especially when I'm filming. It's super fun just to be like creative and artistic and change up my looks constantly. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I really hope that you guys got some helpful tips from this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite product I used was. Also comment video suggestions down below, and if I use your video idea, then I will give you a shout out in my next video. Today's shout out goes to Robert Reinhardt for being such a sweetheart and always commenting the sweetest things on my videos. To get a shout out, you guys can just be like the first commenter. You guys can be really active on all my social medias. The links are always down below. And yeah, I just want to give you guys little shout outs for being amazing. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Was that in my tooth the entire video? Oh my god.